Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be doing a solo playthrough of Adventurous. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I'm all ready to play a solo game of Adventurous. This is a newer Button Shy game, but I picked it up at Gen Con 2025, and I enjoy it. I really like the nautical theme, but this will not necessarily be a full instructional video, but I'll talk a little bit as I go. There are two sides of this ship card that you can use. You can either use just the blank side, or you can use this side, which includes all these special effects. I'm going to use the special effects side, and then there are 4 difficulty levels on this game, and I'm going to play difficulty level 2, which is seasoned. So I'm going to need 2 level 1 cards, 2 level 2 cards, and a level 3 card. So I'm going to mix these up, and I found it's easier rather than separating these cards out and then shuffling the 1s and the 2s and the 3s and drawing what you need. It's much easier to just keep the whole deck shuffled like this and draw cards off the top until you get what you need. So I've got a 2 and a 1 and a 2, so no more 2s. So that's a 2, set it aside. There's a 3, and there's a 3. I need another 1. There's a 3, there's a 1. Okay, so that's what I've got for this game. So we have some marvels, put them all the same direction. And I'll flip them over here and shuffle them really good to form a marvel deck. And then the rest of these will be the cards that I'm drawing from, I forget what they're called, an adventure deck probably, maybe a journey deck. I'll have to check on the rule book to find out what that's called. But these are pretty mixed. Oh, these are a map deck. That makes some sense. Okay, we'll shuffle this up a little more. But this is the map deck. This is where we start. I've zoomed out a little bit on this video because this can get somewhat sprawling, and we'll probably have to shift this at some point. I don't know if starting in the middle makes a lot of sense because I tend to go just one direction. So these are our marvels. So let me put these over here. This is our marvel deck, and then this one below it is our active marvel. I thought I had these all go in the same direction. Okay, so our active marvel is a level 1 marvel, so that means this effect is in place. When discovering, you must always choose the active marvel. So we can't place this one, this level 2 marvel, this Tempest, until we've placed this one, Coral Labyrinth. To place this one, we need to cover 2 icons, plus 2 icons of any type, plus a shark fin icon. So we've got our map deck here. We'll put this in the bottom right corner. Okay. And now we can either have a discover turn or an explore turn. And we don't have any icons out here that we can cover, so I guess we won't be discovering. We're going to explore. When we explore, look at this deck, and twice you choose to either draw the card off the top or draw the card off the bottom. So you do that once, then you can look at the next card and then make that decision again. And I'll definitely take this top card because I can just play that to get this one marvel into play here. So let's take this top card, and do I want to take this one or do I want to take the card on the bottom? Let's take the bottom one, just because this seems like it's going to get big and unwieldy, and I might want, this is like the same icon set twice. I might want some of those later, so let's see what's here. Yeah, here's different icons. Okay, so now that I've got my 2 cards, I place them, and the star on one of these, the star on the card has to go on the starting card here. So I can place these in either order, but then, the other star can either line up with an existing one, but see, that would cut off the path, so that's not allowed. So I would have to preempt it somehow. Let me think about this. But I can rotate it too, if that's helpful. So maybe I want to go that way, or do I want to place this one potentially first? Maybe I want to go like that, and No, that's, then like that. Then I can cover, yeah, that looks okay. Let's place it like this. Now my next turn, that was my explore turn. Now I could take another explore turn, but I'm going to take a discover turn instead. And when discovering, I must always choose the active marvel because the active one is a level 1. So I'm going to take this and place it. Now I must cover any 2 icons plus a shark fin. So I'm going to place it here. That actually covers a shark fin and 1, 2, 3 other icons. And then at the end of the game, we can score points for any icons that are showing, but we cannot go over 4 fins or 3 tentacles or 2 tridents, and then all the whirlpools will lose us points. So I could place it here and cover all that stuff up and then have a shark fin, which is not bad, rather than do that. As long as I cover at least 1 shark fin and then any 2 other icons. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just cover all that stuff up. So there's the coral labyrinth. Now I'm going to replace the active marvel. And it looks like these are going in order. So so that was a 1. This is a 2. We've got Tempest, and this is also a 2 coming up. So they have different placement requirements. Tempest needs to cover 3 icons plus a shark fin plus a tentacle. And Sea Serpent has to cover 2 icons plus a whirlpool and a shark fin and a tentacle. So those both need a lot of icons, and I unfortunately just covered a lot of icons. Maybe that was not smart. But because a level 2 marvel is the active marvel, now this rule is in effect. When exploring, at least 1 map card must cover at least 1 path segment. All right, well, I see that each of these are going to require, in addition to other things, a shark fin and a tentacle. I see a shark fin here, but no tentacles. I'm gonna explore. I'm going to draw off the bottom. Okay, there's a tentacle. Now I can decide for my second card, do I want to draw off the top or off the bottom? And where would I be able to place this? I could place it. No, I would not. I could place it there, but I could not fit another marvel here because there are 4 squares across. So that's not super helpful. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's like a waste of icons. So I probably want to place this card second. So I want to place the other card that I draw first. Now what if I were to draw this card, let's not reveal anything, but if I were to draw this one, I could play it like here, for example, and then play this here. And what would that do? Does that meet either of these criteria? That meets both of those criteria. That would be good. Yeah, so let's do exactly that. I'm going to draw this card off the top. And now I can place these 2, and I already forgot how I did that. I think I placed this here. And again, when exploring, at least 1 map card must cover at least 1 path segment. So this is a path segment. This is a waypoint. So I've got to cover a path segment somewhere. So I'll cover that one. And then this, I'll do waypoint to waypoint. That's fine. Or maybe, because you score for line segments, maybe I'll put this here. And then when I place this, I'll actually, I was going to say place it. Yeah, I could place it, cover up 1 line segment there, which then makes this area a little smaller. And then placing either one of these cards, I'll still meet the criteria, but I can cover 2 whirlpools, which are going to lose me points at the end. So that seems better. So I could place either of these. And if I place this one, this will become active. So the rule is going to stay in effect either way. So let's place this one, I think, just so I can see what the next marvel is. I'm going to take a discover turn, and I'm going to discover here. I'm covering a whirlpool, a shark fin, a tentacle, and then 2 other icons. So there we go. There's our sea serpent. Our next card is a Leviathan, level 3 card. And what does that say? I've got to cover up 4 icons and must cover at least 3 encounters of the same type. So that's what the icons are called. They're called encounters. So I'm clearly going this way. Let me, give me just a second. I'm going to move my map over. All right, that's better. So let's, I can't meet either of those discovery criteria. So let's take another explore turn now. And again, this one wants 4 encounters of the same, or 4 encounters, 3 of the same type. This one has 2 shark fins. It's possible I could get 4 shark fins all at once. So let me take the top one off the deck. And of course, no fins. But this combination of shark fins and this tentacle could work for this Tempest. So the top card's not bad, but I I think I'm going to go for the bottom card. Let's see if I can get another shark fin. There's a shark fin there. Okay, so these are the 2 cards I need to place. The active Marvel is still level 2, so I've got to, between these 2 placements, I've got to cover at least 1 path. And how can I align these? To do what I need to do. Maybe like that. That gets 3 shark fins. So how can I place them like that? So I can do this. This will cover a path segment. That's fine. And then this I'll put waypoint to waypoint. That's not how I had it. Is that what I did? Is that what I did? What the heck did I do? I think I did that. Okay, so if that's what I'm doing, I'm going to put this waypoint to waypoint and then cover a path segment here. And now I will take a discover turn, and I'm going to discover this Leviathan, which needs to cover 4 icons. If I put it right here, it'll cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 of them are the same type. So that goes right there. Now I've revealed this Marvel, which is a level 1. It just needs to cover a trident. So let's take another explore turn. There's a trident here. Let's take this. It's also got a tentacle, which I might be able to use for this. Oh, look at all those icons. I might need, I don't know how many tridents are left out there. I might need this for this card, so I don't want to use too many right now. Let me go off the bottom. Okay. So if I could get this level 2 one out, then I can stop covering up my path segments, which is eating into my score a little bit. And then the level 1 effect will be no big deal if that's the last card, if that's the active card. So how can I place these to have a shark fin, a tentacle, and then 3 other icons? Jeez. So I can't be covering up a bunch of icons. I could, well, I don't want to do that. I can't slide it under. Could cover up a path segment there. That's not too bad. This should be doable, and then go waypoint to waypoint. Yeah, now if I take a discover turn, I'm going to cover all those icons, which will include a tentacle, a shark fin, and then at least 3 others. So there we go. Great. Now another explore turn. And now I want to start thinking about leaving some of these icons left uncovered for scoring purposes, because I've still got, how many cards here? 4 more cards. I'm going to draw 2 of them now. Here's a trident. Oh, there's another trident. Let me save that just in case. Oh, this one's got a trident too. Okay, there's plenty of tridents to go around. So how do I want to place these so that I cover at least one of them and don't have very many whirlpools? I want whirlpools to cover each other up. Well, I don't have to cover any path segments anymore. I could do that and just leave those out. And then do something like that. That's not very efficient though. I'm guessing no, but is there any way I can place this where I cover both of these whirlpools and only 1 trident? I think that's probably a fool's errand. And when I could do it like this, but I don't have a way to place the paths this way. And if I turn it, then it's not going to work the same way. But I'm getting close. Let me keep working on this. All right, here we go. I can place this here, waypoint to waypoint, and then place this here. I'm going to cover up a couple of path segments. But now I can take a discover turn and cover up. I want to cover that trident, but I want to cover those 2 whirlpools as well. So now I've got these icons still remaining. Those will get me some points. Now I'm out of Marvel, so I can only take explore turns, and there's only 2 cards left. So let's just take a look at them and figure out how I'm going to place them to score some points. And in addition to wanting to minimize whirlpools, looking at what I've already got out here, I've got 2 tentacles, so I can only have 1 more. I've got 1 trident, I can only have 1 more. And I've got 2 shark fins, so I can have 2 more shark fins. So I'll be fine on shark fins no matter what, but only 1 more trident and 1 more tentacles. Plus I want to cover up some of these whirlpools. Let me manipulate these. Yuck, all right. And so the stars are not really aligning with the way that these icons are set up. Basically, I've got to cover either those 2 or those 2. And I would rather leave this one uncovered because I'd score better, but I don't think I've got a way to do it. What I've come up with is I can play this here, and then I can play this such that I cover all these icons here. So I think I'm going to say that's my final placement. Now we're going to try and score it up, and I lose if it's 39 points or less. If it's in the 40s, it's a successful voyage, and 50 or more is a marvelous adventure. So first we get 1 point for each visible path segment. We don't count the waypoints. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 37 points. And then 2 points for each visible shark fin or tentacles or trident, as long as we don't go over these thresholds. So again, 2 tridents, 3 tentacles, or 4 shark fins. If you go over it, you score no points at all for that type. So I have only 2 shark fins, that's less than 4. I have 1, 2, 3 tentacles, 3 is the max. I have 1, 2 tridents, and 2 is the max. So I'm going to score 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 points for those icons. So I think that brings me to 51. Now an additional 5 points if all the marvels were placed. So that gets me to 56. If that weren't the case, I would lose 5 points for each unplaced marvel. So that would really hurt. But we're at 56. And then I lose 3 points for each visible whirlpool. So 3 points there, 3 points there. That goes from 56 down to 50. And that is it. So that is the minimum score for a marvelous adventure. Now, again, I was playing on difficulty mode 2 of 4, so there's some room to go, but that's where I find it fun. That's a decent challenge. If I were to go up 1 difficulty mode, then I would replace one of the level 1 marvels with another level 3 marvel. So it would be, instead of 2 1s, 2 2s, and a 3, it would be 1 1, 2 2s, and 2 3s. So that can be a little bit of a jump. And so, pardon the pun, but maybe I'm just not that adventurous. But this is a fun game. I like it. I particularly like the theme. There's enough like conflicting things going on that it holds my interest. You know, you're trying to extend your path as much as you can. You want to place the marvels and cover things up, but you want to leave some icons, but not too many icons. And then there's this, you know, these rolling effects that could be changing from turn to turn every time you have a discovery. So that's all pretty fun. I think the artwork is great. I really like the artwork. You know, on these map cards, it's fairly simple, but I think simple is good. It's not too busy. And then the artwork on the Marvel side is really nice. So I'm happy I picked this one up. So if you feel like you went on a marvelous adventure today, please consider leaving a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you like these button shy games, because I do put them on the channel somewhat regularly. And in fact, I've got a whole playlist of these, so check that out if that's something you're interested in. And if you've got anything else, like questions about the rules of this, or if you think that I missed something, let me know down in the comments. You know, and I also do take recommendations on these button shy games. I'll be at their booth again at PAX Unplugged in 2025, so maybe they'll have something else I can pick up there that time. So let me know in the comments. But that's what I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching Table for One. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing it, and I will see you in the next video.